This video is going to teach you how to never run out of things to say, how to talk and talk forever, how to make everything that you say sound cool, and how to engage somebody in a conversation that you've never met. What you are about to witness is something called the Beginner Series Manifesto. It took me over a year to put this video together in several seminars. You're about to witness it right now. This course is so good that you can literally sit down, watch it, pause it in the middle, bookmark it so you can come back to it again and watch it later on in the week. In fact, I recommend that you do that because you're gonna wanna watch this video over and over and over again. My mission in life is to take this information and pass it along to you so you can share with others who will benefit from it. It's not about hogging it for yourself, it's about learning and sharing with others. We're trying to start a movement here. And listen, look at the world, the way the world is right now. You know, politically correct culture is going crazy. It's all over the place. Platforms, social media are just like insane. So this video might not even stay up. It might be demonetized. It might be taken down. So I'm gonna try to leave this video up for 72 hours and longer if I can. So this may be the first time you see this video, and it might be the last time you see it. So get as much out of it while you can, while it's available. So now that the message is clear and our fight is clear, and the purpose of what we're trying to do here together, watch the video, watch it again and again this week so that it sinks in while it's still available, and I'll see you at the end. All right, this is gonna be my newbie manifesto, okay? So the newbie manifesto, I consider anybody that's been less than a year as a newbie. Or if you've been going out for 3 years and it's kind of like, it's been something that you've been doing as a hobby on the side. Like I go out and maybe at the club, I do or two a week sometimes, and now I'm here. Videos ask me what freedom of intent is, ask me freedom of, I combine and make new ones, freedom of intent, clarity of new concepts, right? Or like, you know, all the basic ones, freedom of intent, freedom from outcome, intent, buyer-seller dynamic, polarity, man versus man to woman. You know all these things, but you can't really do them. And the thing I noticed is, even as I was talking to you guys a little bit here before, everybody has so many questions. And I think the idea of is really to simplify things down to what makes sense. What is actually usable? What is practical? What can you do every night to get results? So my goal here today is to take everything that is a lot of information and simplify it. Simplify it to the fundamentals, to the cores of what will help you, what you can do to get your results tonight. Not tomorrow, not in a week from now, but tonight, all right? And that goes for if you're brand new at this, or if you've been in this for a few weeks or a few months or a few years, and you're kind of not getting the results that you want. What should you focus on? What should you pay attention to? And that's what we're gonna talk about. When I started, it was based on guys banging their head against the fucking wall. It was like, bang, my life sucks. Bang, my life sucks. Bang, my life sucks. That's how I got into it. Most guys are like, bang, I'm depressed. Bang, I'm depressed. My life sucks. You feel that. Your whole life, up until a certain point, is you feeling like you're not having success with women. They're frustrating you. Women are hard to understand. They don't make sense. You make a date with the woman, she says yes, and then she disappears. Why would she do that? Is she the devil? El Diablo? I don't know, right? You have good night with a girl. You take a girl on a date, you have a great time with her, you go to dinner. She says, thank you, I had a great time. You call her tomorrow, she says, I don't want to talk to you anymore. What the fuck happened, right? You walk up to a girl, you say hello, she says, fuck you. What happened? The simple things, right? Like this doesn't make sense. So started with us guys around the world. We go on the internet, on forums, okay? We didn't have videos. We go on the internet and we don't go on forums, and we would write down what was frustrating us, okay? We'd write down our problems, and we'd write down what we tried to fix it, what we tried to do. Now, with what's happening now in our culture of this community is that guys just kind of, find us on YouTube, maybe through a prank video. They're like, oh, prank videos. And they find, wait a second, this one's not a prank. This one's for real. Everything I do is for real. Everything I show you guys is for real. So the culture of writing down a problem and also trying to figure out an answer is gone. That culture is gone. We have it a little bit in the now, but you know, still, sometimes guys just like complain and they don't write down what they tried to do to solve it. What could you do is one of the big questions that you have to teach yourself. By the way, if any of you guys have pens and papers, and if you have phones, feel free to take notes on this stuff. Write down some notes, because I'm gonna highlight what are the most important things, okay? So one of the most important things is, what could you do? If there was something that you could do, what would it be? All right, let me hear you guys say that. What could you do? What could you do? All right, again, what could you do? Awesome. So if there was something that you could do, what would it be? And that's how the community started. That's how peacocking was invented. You know what peacocking is? It's the idea of like you wear flashy clothes, it kind of draws attention to you, and if you can handle the social pressure of people looking at you and saying weird things about you, it means you're high status and you're cool. Some guy went out and he tried it for a week and he got results. And after he had results, he wrote about them. Okay, he wrote about them. And somebody else tried it, went out for a week, wrote about their results. Everybody went out and tried and shared results. That is called testing in the field. Okay, testing in the field. When I go out, I don't take it seriously. I don't take myself seriously. Like, I'm a guy now who's in the club getting rejected or hoping and praying that this is good. I don't have to do, please. All right, I'm not that guy. I'm thinking about it as a big science experiment. I'm thinking about I'm in a science laboratory where everything I go, I'm testing out. I'm trying it. I'm trying to improve it. I'm trying to see what the results could be. I'm seeing if it works. Okay, I don't take it personal. But the important idea is that I'm field testing everything. Everything must be field tested. Everything must be an effort for you to try it and then learn. Try it, learn. Analyze your results. That is the number one thing you can do to get good fast. Analyze your results. Every time I say, don't analyze your results while you're in the field, but analyze them after. So as a newbie, as a new guy, a lot of your nights are you going out, doing it, getting frustrated, walk away, get frustrated, go to the corner of the club a little bit, feel like shit, hang head down, feel anxiety in chest, get more frustrated. That's not what I want you to focus on. I want you to focus on, if you're a newbie, you're gonna have shit nights, and that's okay. All right, that's the biggest thing. Let me hear you say, if you're a newbie, you're gonna have shit nights. If you're a newbie, you're gonna have shit nights, and that's okay. Embrace them. Embrace them. Have the shit nights, then go back home and write about them. Don't cry. Dear, life is unfair. I'm quitting. The end. Right? Don't cry about it. Write down what you learned and what you saw and what you experienced, and then write what you could do. That would be another option after. What you could do after. How you can maybe make it better next time. One of the major things I say to guys on, what would you do next? What could you do next time? So they look at the situation, they break it down. So if you're going out, you want to write down at the end of the night, write down your field report, which is what happened in the night and what you can do better next time, what you would change. So you can write it down, get the story out of your mind. You're not just living it in your mind. Get the story out of your mind, read it next week, get feedback, show it to your friends, get feedback, so you can learn the lesson multiple times, okay? We call that reference experiences. You guys all know what reference experiences are. They're key. They're the major key to success. They're basically learning a lesson, having a memory. Welcome to video number 2 of the beginner series, all right? Today's video is all about how to have a good night out every single night that you go out. Now, there's some nights you go out and you are the champ. Everything you say is magical, just comes out of your mouth like gold. You sound like you're just fucking like, I don't know, William Shakespeare or some shit, right? And there's other nights that you go out, you're the chump. You can't possibly do anything right. Everything sucks and you don't know why. So we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about what makes a good night. Can you learn a lot from those bad nights? Can you have results and the results are important? What actually is important when you're going out? What should you focus on? How to stay positive and also how to learn a lot, okay? So we're gonna talk about how to have that good night every single night that you go out, because that's what I want from you and you deserve no less, all right? So we're gonna crack into the video. Stay tuned, okay? So the reason why I'm up here and you're down there is not because I am cooler. It's just I've had more reference experiences. I've had more memories. I've had more memories of a lot of things, by the way, because I went out for a decade and I tried everything. I have memories of doing really, really good, the stuff you, and I have memories of doing really, really, really bad. I've had worse nights than anybody here. I can guarantee it. One of my worst nights, no bullshit, I went to a club and the club had an open top. I was talking to a girl and it was going really, really well, and a bird shit on me. A bird shit on me. And I didn't see it because it was right here. So I'm just standing there, and this is the reaction of the girl, by the way. I'm standing there and she's talking to me and she goes like this. In slow motion. And I'm like, what? And she has her friend with her too, and her friend's like, her, like she's pointing, her friend follows her hand. Oh, like that. And then everybody in the club watches two girls screaming, and everybody in the club is in the background. They're like, ah. So I had this big circle of about 30 people around me, all like, ah. And I'm like, what? Because I can't see it because it's like right here next to my neck, so I can't like bend down and see it. I'm like, what? And I'm like, oh, and I'm like, oh. It was like, I felt like I was melting. I was like, no. So I go to the bathroom, and I'm like, I don't want to take off my shirt, but maybe I should. I go to the bathroom, I take off my shirt, I'm like, oh. I start washing it, I'm shirtless in the bathroom. I'm like, oh. I get the soap from the soap, and I'm like, I'm washing it with my soap, and then I'm like just drying it. So I've had horrible experiences like that, but that experience also taught me that I can learn something, okay? So the major lesson here is this. Either, this is something you should write down. By the way, when I say you should write it down, it means write it down, because I'm making the point for a reason. Either you win or you learn how to win, okay? Either you win or you learn how to win. And the next major point is you have nothing to lose, everything to learn. So as a newbie, you're gonna have horrible nights. You're gonna have epically horrible nights. You're gonna have historically epic horrible nights that people write stories about. You know, I heard there was a legend once of some guy who got shitted on in the club. You know, there'll be like epic legends of how horrible you suck. And embrace that, be okay with it. We all go through that. It's the process of learning success. It's the process of having success. So look at every shitty night that you have as you learn something from it. As long as you learn something from that night, it's okay to have a shitty night. As long as you learn something from it, you are gonna become better because you can take those shitty nights and learn how to bounce back. Everybody in the club will have a bad night, all right? So my next point I'm gonna make is this. Everybody has a state crash. A state crash is when you maybe have a bird shit on your shoulder. It's when you say hello to a girl and she just like for no reason throws a drink in your face. You're like, hi, you're like, women suck. Why are they so mean? I just want to have a girlfriend. Okay, everybody has those nights. But the point is, even though you have that night, don't expect it to always be awesome. That is a horrible, horrible expectation. That is going to be the expectation that makes your life fucking miserable. Okay? That's like thinking, what can I compare that to? That's like thinking that every time, I won't say a restaurant, but I'm going to say it again. Never expect every approach to go well. As a newbie walks up to me, he's like, I hope this one works. You ever heard that expression? I hope this one works. And he walks up to the girl with his heart, like an expression in English, we say, his heart is on his sleeve. He's like, oh God, all my self-worth is here. Shit, everything I mean as a person. Like, Every approach, he feels like he's throwing himself to the wind. Like, Jesus, take the wheel. Take the wheel, Jesus. Take it. Ah, right? I never think of every approach I want it to work. I go up expecting nothing, but I welcome surprises. So I'm thinking, people are friendly sometimes. Sometimes they're not. Not every girl's gonna love me, by the way. Because some girls, had a shitty day. Some girl just broke up with her boyfriend. Some girl just lost her cell phone because they lose it every fucking week. She could have had a horrible night. And then you go up and you expect your work. And when it doesn't work, you feel bad about yourself. I'm a horrible person. I am shitty. You take rejection so personally. A guy who's good at doesn't take rejection personally at all. Okay? If I walk up to this dude in the front row and I try to make out with him, he might not make out with me. Nah, he's like, nah, bro. Nah. He's like, try it. Try it. Take him on a date. Buy him a drink. He might not be able to make out with me. Does that mean that my bad? I'm pretty good at this thing. I do it for a living. But he might not turn gay just because I want him to. See what I'm saying? That's an extreme example. So if you're doing good intentions and you're doing your best and you're trying to be social and you're trying to make people have a good time and you do it doesn't work, don't take it personal. It's a learning process. Get in love with the idea of learning. So that's why I say I walk up expecting nothing, but I welcome surprises, okay? I'm open to the idea of it working. I'm like, hey, it worked, that's cool. But I don't expect it to work. Yeah, okay, let's do this. Hey, what's up? How's it going, boss bros? And welcome to video number 3 of the beginner series. Now, today's video is all about how to learn lightning fast. Y'all don't learn fast enough. You don't learn fast enough, okay? I learned this, took me 10 years to learn a skill, but it doesn't have to take you 10 years. It doesn't have to take you 5 years. It doesn't have to take you 1 year. I know guys that get good in 6 months, and that could be you, all right? Imagine yourself getting good in 6 months. It's absolutely possible. I want you guys to learn, understand how to learn faster, how to install knowledge faster, how to implement it faster, and how to just kick ass, okay? I'm gonna get this into your head right now. So watch this video. You're gonna hammer this through. You're gonna crank through this shit, and you guys are also, as usual, going to love it. Now, I wanna talk about the process of learning. As you watch these videos and as you go out and you practice stuff, now you're going out, you're practicing stuff, you're not taking you're not taking bad situations too personally, and you're in the process of learning. The idea is learn fast, man. Learn fast. You gotta learn fast. You are not in a position to learn slow, okay? So if you're in this room, if you're watching this video, you probably had 20 years of pain, 20 years of rejection, 20 years of feeling shitty, 20 years of it not working out the way that you wanted to. You're not in a position to take 20 years to learn this stuff, because then you'll be 40, okay? You'll be 40, or you'll be me, like mid-30s, and you're like, I finally got it properly, yeah. You learn fast, learn faster, learn faster. You guys take learning such as a leisure, it's incredible. You take learning as like it's some pleasure that you have that'll always be around when you want it to be. And you're like, shit, I should have watched it, I should have went to a seat, right? Learn faster, take the opportunities to learn. So how could you learn faster as a newbie? I already gave you one. Write down field reports, very key, major key. Write down those field reports every night you go out. It doesn't have to be huge, maybe a paragraph or half a page. Write down things you saw, things you heard, things you experienced, and how you would do it differently. Write that down every single night you go out, okay? And then review it in a week. Show it to your friends. That's the first one. Another way to learn faster is to have periods of immersion, okay? Have periods of immersion where you completely just say, hey, I'm gonna take a week or so, I'm gonna go on vacation, I'm gonna study this. I'm gonna find a guy who's great in my inner circle and maybe make friends with him and go out. I'm gonna find a guy who's amazing at take him to lunch and pick his brains on information. Go out with others who are also very positive as a newbie. Okay? That's one of the ways to immerse yourself and start to learn faster, because you're surrounding yourself with other guys who are making the effort to learn faster. You have to learn fast. You cannot casually learn. You have to learn as fast as you can. Take the feedback. Take the social feedback. Like, every time I approached a girl, maybe she walked away. She didn't even hear me. She didn't look at me. Maybe my voice is not loud enough. I need to be louder. Let me try the next one. Experiment. Hey, what's up? Oh, she heard me, but then she kind of didn't stop. Hey, what's up? Let me walk with her a bit. Talk to her. Okay, that worked out better. Oh, hey, what's up? Let me walk with her, talk to her, tell a story, and build on it, build on it, build on it. Notice what's working and notice what's not. You're not going out and just randomly machine gunning a. That's another mistake I see newbies do. They just go out and just like, da 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 da. Oh, sorry. Actually, if they did that, that would be great. Most of the time they do, but go to bathroom, getting water. I don't tip because I'm a but I drink water in the club, walk around, say that girl's not that hot. She is not that hot. No hot girls tonight. She could be hotter. She's not hot enough. What time is it? I have to wake up for work tomorrow. It's already kind of late. I could approach that girl if I wanted to, but I don't want to. But I could if I wanted to. Maybe some other time. All right? Kind of like casually doing approaches. When I go, that's like level one. The next level of being a newbie is like this machine gun approach. Like, you see him around the club, he's like probably getting kicked out. Like people are like, oh, look at that guy just talking to every single girl. But if you're new, I'd rather have you machine gun a club and look stupid. Embrace looking stupid. People think it just tells you to machine gun. No, but that's a step in getting better. You have to, if you're not even a pro, you have to start machine gunning it because you want to just build the muscle of doing it. Even me doing public speeches, I start off doing 15 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and I can get to that, and I can do 10 hours of talking and teaching. But you have to build that muscle. You have to build approaching muscle. So if you're not machine gunning it, I want you to get to machine gunning it around the club a little bit. Then after you've got that muscle of just kind of like spam approaching, choose a club that you don't go to a lot, a club that you're okay looking stupid at, a club that you don't care about, right? Once you're done that, then move on to the next level, which is understanding the approaches that you're doing. You do the try to understand the reaction of the person. It might not make sense, but they reacted kind of positively, they reacted negatively. Did she grab her friends and say, I'm going to the bathroom, Sarah? Maybe I was a little too, I came on too strong. Did you talk to her and did she just kind of ignore you? Were you super friendly to her and she was just like, whatever. Maybe next time, throw in a tease. You know what? You're cool, but not very funny. You know what? Our circle of friends is over here. You're not invited. Just throw in a little tease, right? See if she turns around. What? What'd you say? I can't say that. Don't tell me what to say. Don't tell me what to think, right? Play around with it a little bit. Notice what works and what doesn't work. Experiment with it. It's a big social experiment and a big science lab. And then adjust as you're doing them. Take the feedback, look at the feedback, take the feedback, look at the feedback, approach. And you look at it like from the perspective of a scientist. That was interesting, like my phone again, right? That was interesting results we got of that. Interesting. Let's try this the next test. Interesting. That was good. Let's try this. Let's play around. Let's tweak it. Let's tweak it. Not like, oh my goodness, I'm a horrible person. I'm never gonna get this. I'm gonna be alone forever. Right? So, if you're new, again, just to kind of recap that. If you're new and you're not doing approaches, okay? That's step one, go out. Mantra for the years is go out. That's step number one, go out. You have to go out. Do you need to go to a club? You don't have to go to a club. So number one, if you're a newbie, go out. You have to get the muscle of even fucking going out. Make going out super easy for yourself. Super easy. The circle that I mentioned, okay? Another way you can make it super easy would be what? Shout it out. How do you make it super easy going out? Plan where you're gonna go in advance. Know if there's a cover. Ask people around what's the best club for that night. Find out in advance. Okay? Have a going out ritual. I used to have one, by the way. I wasn't like always in the zone. When I first started out, I needed a going out ritual. I would have to like take a shower and play music, right? Play music, take a shower, play music, then like get out the shower, dance a little bit. Me and my buddies had a mattress in the living room. We jump on the mattress like a trampoline, have a drink of like vodka and Red Bull, put on our shirt like the Jersey Shore, t-shirt time, put on our shirt, walk down the street, have a glass, throw it on the floor, smash it. Now we're in the state. You guys think like I'm fucking crazy. I don't do that anymore. I don't have to do that anymore, but I had a going out ritual. I had a way to encourage myself to go out. Because if you're brand new, just the fucking act of getting out of your house is hard. You know, they say if you want to exercise, make exercising easy. Put your shoes next to your bed at night for the following morning. Put your shirt out, put your exercise equipment for the following morning. Figure out ways to make it easy for you to go out. Because you don't even have reference experiences yet. You don't have memories. Just get out the fucking house. That is number one. Do you have to go out every night forever? No, but you got to go out a lot initially. Okay? Number one step, newbie, go out. Number two step, if you're a newbie, massive. Okay? Again, massive. So you can get the habit, that muscle of approaching, and get as many experiences to social awareness as you can. Okay? Number three is analyze it. Start to analyze the approach that you're doing. Start to understand them, break them down. Is essentially you cramming 10 or 20 years of life experience into a few years. It's you getting lots and lots and lots of human connections and human interactions with girls that you never had before, and you compress it like orange juice in a can. You know, like you put the water in, it's like bing. It's like concentrated life experiences. That's what is designed for you to do. When you go out, you practice a lot. Take it, understand it, break it down, right? So that's going out. That's just the idea of going out. Now, a lot of guys have a concern. They say to me, or maybe you have a concern personally, right? I'm talking to you as an individual. Maybe your concern is, I work a 40-hour week. How can I possibly go out at night? Or I work a night job. I can't. Do I go out in the day? How do I implement that? How do I work it into my lifestyle? So today we're going to talk about the strategies to do that so you can still learn this area, still get success and implement it into your life and have a natural life and not be stressed out because you can't, practice this stuff, all right? So we're going to crack in to the video right now. Hold on to your hats. Hold on to your asses. It's going to be the shit. Stay tuned. All right. The idea of working and learning game. So I mentioned that you have to go out a lot when you're first beginning, because you don't have those life experiences that were positive to really learn from. You don't have those memories yet. Now, when I first started, I went out 14 hours a day, which is crazy. It's insane. My life was unbalanced. People go, how did you balance your life when you did that? I didn't. My life was horrible. It was shit. I was scrawny. I was malnourished. I didn't have my vitamins. I had no friends. I didn't go to the gym. I was just like this ghost, this goblin of hello, hi, like just one more mile. It wasn't pretty. My life was completely unbalanced. I didn't have a balance in my life. And it's possible, if you are serious about getting this mastered, getting this area of your life handled, you gotta have unbalance for a bit. That's the number one thing. I have a couple of friends of mine that are millionaires, dudes like Brandon Carter that I talk to has $1 million business. My business is not $1 million right now, it's like a 6-figure business. But in order to even have a 6-figure business, you gotta have times where you say no to going out with your friends. You gotta have times where you say no to going to a movie with your friends. You gotta have times where you skip a gym day, right? Because you have to focus on this area. It's okay to have moments of imbalance and then have balance later on in your life. So except for a few months, maybe 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, going out is your main thing and you have imbalance in your life. It's okay to have periods of imbalance. Just know that you have periods of balance later on, except that you could have a period of imbalance for now. Super key, super key for a newbie to accept that. Even in his mind, because he's like, I'm just doing it like crazy. I feel like an idiot. Yeah, like crazy for a bit, but eventually you'll be able to smooth it out and have longer interactions. The smarter you get, the better you get at this. Now, if you have a job, I'm not telling you to quit your job or lose your job. Don't lose your job, but work it into your life. So for example, as I said before, if you have a day job, go out and do 20 minutes during your lunch break. Every day. If your lunch break is 12 to 1, go out and do 20 minutes. 12:20, heat your food in a little fucking microwave oven at the work, eat it to 1 o'clock. Boom. And then maybe on the way home, you don't take the direct route, but you get off your bus stop or your metro stop 1 or 2 stops early and you walk home and you do street home. Boom. There's your hour of every day. No excuse. Absolutely no excuse. Even if you have a full-time job, you can work it in. You have to find a way to work it in. Make it a priority, okay? Make it a priority so, and go hardcore at it now so you don't have to go hardcore at it later. Don't lose your job. Don't lose your grades. Don't quit school. But don't do it that way. I'd also say, don't pimp at school. Don't pimp at school. Pimp, all right? Don't pimp at school. If you're brand new, don't pimp at school. Don't shit where you eat. That includes your work. Don't shit where you eat because you're going to social relations. You're not cool yet. Just accept it. You're not suave as you want to be. You will be. In the future, you will be. But right now, you're not. And you don't want to fuck up your job. You're like, oh, that's the guy that has a sexual harassment case. That's the guy who did costing money to the manager. That's the guy who goes around every girl at school and says, who lies to me? And tries to pick their nose and feed it to them. All right? You don't want to be that guy at school. You don't want to be that guy at your work. Don't do it at work or school if you're new. I would say even if you're advanced, don't do it. Because it could in ways you can't even imagine. What is worth losing $50,000 a year? American. I don't know what that equals in your currency. The conversion is going to be crazy, but the point is, what is worth that? What lesson is worth that? What lesson is worth having a girl at work that you work with, it fucks up and now you can no longer work properly. Your working environment is uncomfortable. It's not worth it, man. Not worth it. So don't do it at work or at school. What do you focus on first? What do you focus on first? What do you focus on first? Welcome to video number 555 of the beginner series. Now today's video is all about what do you focus on first in your mind? What do you focus on first in your head and in your practice? Now, you might be surprised to hear this, but it's not just whatever you feel like doing. You don't just go out and just practice whatever happens that night and your nights are just random occurrences, okay? You have to go with a strategy. You have to have an action plan. If you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. All right, that's an old expression. So in today's video, we're gonna talk about everything that you practice first to get strong, to get focused, and to get results. Not in a week from now, not in a month from now, not in a year from now, but tonight, all right? So as usual, coming, are you ready for it? Are you really ready for it? Here it is, enjoy. Let's talk about the major things to focus on as you're learning. So now we've established that you're going out, you're pimping it, you're crushing it, you're killing it. What should you focus on? As a newbie, what are the number one mistakes that I see? Every night that I start a boot new, I see these crucial mistakes the first night. First one is voice. Voice, voice, voice. You have to be able to project your voice in a way where it doesn't feel like you're yelling, but everybody in the room can hear you. Okay, this is a 200-person room, maybe, that can fit 200 people, and I have to be able to project my voice in a way where it doesn't feel like I'm yelling, but everybody can still hear me. I have to be able to fill space with my voice. Let's talk about why this is important. It's important because people don't give up. People care about themselves and what they're doing. Not in a selfish way, not in a bad way, but everybody's got their own life going on. Things that they're worried about, things they're happy about, and people are not gonna stop and talk to you if they can't hear you. It's easier for them to just keep walking than it is to stop momentum, change momentum direction, and engage you. That takes a lot of effort from somebody who's like walking to work or trying to go to the bathroom. And you're like, da-da-da-da, huh? Whoosh, whoosh. What was that? Whoosh. Repeat that again? Like nobody's gonna do that. That's why being loud is so important. It engages the person in front of you, okay? It shows that you believe what you have to say is of value, even if you don't. Even if you don't think what you have to say is important, fake it for now. Fake it a little bit till you make it, okay? And eventually you'll learn that everything is important because you share it. So even me as a public speaker, I can't be like every joke has to be a 10 on 10. Some jokes are a 1 on 10. They are. If I start doing this, that was like a negative 1 on 10. It wasn't funny, but I have to get to the idea of I'm sharing it and I'm enjoying the idea of just sharing, okay? So share your voice with people as they walk past you, as you're engaging them. Number 2 would be eye contact. Not like creepy eye contact, not serial killer eye contact. I walked on the street here, there was a homeless guy that had one white eye and he stared at me like he wanted to kill me. I said, Steph, look at him. Steph turned around, he's like, I don't want to look at him anymore. He wanted to kill us, okay? So that's, you don't want that creepy eye contact, just direct, relaxed eye contact. Okay, I'll show you. It's like this, just relaxed. See how I'm looking at an audience now of like 50 people over here, or 100, whatever. Look at the camera, it's relaxed. It's engaged, but it's relaxed. Meditation helps with this a lot, by the way. Meditation helps with, like, the reason why we talk about meditation is because meditation allows you to turn off the background clicking in your mind, the background clock, the humming, and just look at people without judging yourself and without judging them. Just chilled out. Not really thinking about anything. You're not like zoned out like, see, this is looking through you. It's not looking at you, looking through you. I'm not really engaged with you guys. This is looking at you guys and being engaged with you guys as I'm looking at you. There's a difference, okay? So meditation allows you to do that. So voice, eye contact, next thing is just squaring up. Now, I don't mean football linebacker getting in front of a girl like this. Hey, what up? Okay? I don't mean like physically blocking her, like, you're not trying to stop her with your body, but you want to engage her with your body's presence, your energy, okay? It's just like getting in front, talking clearly. So engaging you is like this. I'm like this. I'm like, my focus is on you. It's not anywhere else, okay? I'm not blocking you. You can walk around me if you wanted to, but I'm engaging with you, okay? That's the kind of body language you want to have, where you're equally squared up to a person. If you do not do these three crucial things, you are going to get blown out. If you do not do these three things on every approach, you are going to get blown out. 50% of your rejections are because you don't do these three simple things. Guaranteed. What's your magic? Oh, my best for 2016 was, hey, nice to meet you. I got that from Owen. That's the height of our technology. Hey, nice to meet you. But we mastered the fundamentals so key that, hey, nice to meet you works. Because your, hey, nice to meet you versus mine might be different. Your, hey, nice to meet you might be like, hey, nice to meet you. Hey, nice to meet you. And my, hey, nice to meet you is, hey, nice to meet you. Hey, nice to meet you. The fuck is up? What's up? What's up? Nice to meet you, right? Open energy, very direct, eye contact, body language, vocal. That's the most important thing. Another thing I want to introduce you to with open as a newbie is the idea of the hard stop versus the slow play. There's actually a video about this online. I think either Luke or Owen did it, I'm not sure. I didn't come up with this, but it's a very important thing to understand. So, hard stop versus slow play. A hard stop is when you kind of just, your line of walking and the girl's line of walking kind of intercept, and you try to get her to plant her feet and talk to you. So she's walking, and your goal is to have her plant her feet and talk to you. So typically when a girl's walking by, I'm like, hey, and I shake her hand, and I kind of direct my body like this and direct hers towards me, okay? That's a hard stop. A slow play is where you walk beside somebody and you talk them down until they're ready to stop. Yeah, you don't like talk them like down, it's like you talk the conversation to a more peaceful place. So a slow play is where you get in front of them and they're kind of like behind you. So if I'm the guy, I'm here. If she's the girl, she's right over here. She's maybe a half a foot backwards. And I'm talking over my shoulder as I'm walking with her. And I'm like, hey, blah, 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 blah. And I slow play it to stop. You never want to be walking with somebody for 5 blocks if you don't have to, okay? Slow play works a lot in great, also works great in night game. Now the idea is you have to understand the difference of when to hard stop and when to slow play. Because it's like, okay, these are great tools, but what the f do you do with them? It's all about how you apply them. So the hard stop is great when you want to go direct. Going direct is a funny thing too. People are always like, should I go direct? Should I not go direct? On the contrary, vice versa, there's sometimes you think you're going direct, but you're not. Hello, I was very excited to meet you. That's direct? Nah, son. Hey, what's up? I was very excited to meet you. Excuse me. Where do you think you're going? That's more direct. So going direct tends to be more of a hard stop, right? Boom. She stops her, plants her feet. A slow play, you might have to kind of open it with more of a casual conversation as you're walking with her. Don't worry, by the way, I'm gonna get into conversations in a bit, but I'm just explaining the mechanics of it, the physical mechanics. The technique is what I'm explaining right now, okay? So when would you hard stop, when would you slow play? Well, if there's a group of 8 people walking down the street, it might be very hard to hard stop them because they're all walking, like to get one girl to come out of her group of 7 friends, maybe it's a challenge. But I don't know, play with it, see what works. Field test it, right? Field test it. It might be easier to even get her to stop, and because she's, you're in a club, she's at a table, and you pull the one girl out, that's kind of like a hard stop. Might be easier because she doesn't even want to be with those people. She might not want to be at the group. That's a slow play, or a hard stop, right? Figure out, if it's a guy and girl walking down the street, would you hard stop it? Would you slow play it? Figure it out, try it out, see what works. If there's a daughter walking with her mother, would you hard stop it or slow play? Let me ask you guys, what do you think? Slow. Who says slow play? Let me see a show of hands. Why do you say slow play? Just shout out some answers, why? I can't hear you, volume, number one. She's with her mother?
Yeah, she's going to think that her mother is going to judge her because
right.
She suddenly stopped because a guy stopped her.
Right, so the alternative, if you're saying the slow play, you're saying I should walk with a mother and her daughter for 3 blocks down the street.
That's too much.
That's a little hard, don't you think? Yes. The actual answer would be to hard stop it. And be like, excuse me, you guys are both adorable, but there's only one of me. I want to see a fight to the death. I'm just kidding. I'm fucking around. Okay, so who's the older sister? Who's the younger sister? 2 sisters? What? You're not sisters? You're her mother? Get the fuck out. Your daughter's adorable. Listen, your daughter is so beautiful. That's what I would pay for her. Where's her father? Call her, pick up your cell phone, call her father right now. Call her father right now and tell her she met her future husband. The offer is on the table. You don't want to do it? Okay. Just give me 2 seconds to talk to her. Hey, what's up? Okay? That's a hard stop. I've stopped them and I've engaged them in this conversation. So you want to play with this as a newbie. Super important. Again, you could have the voice tone down, the body language, the eye contact, the squaring up, all this stuff, and you don't have this hard stop and slow play thing field tested out. You won't have half of your will be rejections, and you'll think it's horrible just because you don't open well. Very important. Play around with it. There's no right or wrong answer. Play around with it. I've seen guys that can make the hard stop work incredible. I've seen guys that are really, really fucking good at slow play. Field test it. You're gonna get a gut intuition about what works. That's why I want you to do so many, because the more you do, the more you analyze, the more you learn from, you get a gut feeling of what fucking works, right in your gut. And you're like, yeah, this is gonna work. You kind of know what you can pull off, and you know what you can't pull off, just from experience, right? Like if I was gonna throw this water ball into the crowd, okay, nobody put up their hand. I kind of had a feeling that nobody's gonna put up their hand. I could see you guys rubbing your eyes, because I'm giving you a lot of information and you're a little tired. I knew it. In the same way, you see a girl walking on the street, you kind of know if you could hard stop her. You kind of know if you could slow play it. You have a feeling for what may work, what might not work. You have a sense of it. So I encourage you to play around with it a lot to get that gut feeling. Social anxiety, the theory behind anxiety is that it comes from this old savannah days, savannah principles, where we lived in tribes of 150 people, and if you talk to somebody's girl, you would get beaten up. And our brains, at the core, are very primal, and we grew these other lobes on top of our brains that are smart and educated and sophisticated, but they don't really understand that our brain at its core is primal. Saying hello to somebody never got me punched in the face in 10 years. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. Saying hello. Now, if I was a dick and I was like, the guy's like, hey man, we're together. And I'm like, yeah bro, anyways, oh. If I was like an idiot and I didn't recognize the signs and I didn't take any social feedback, sure I would get punched in the face, but I never have. I have girls that are with guys every single night, okay? By the way, if you're a newbie, at some point you will have to make a week where you just do mixed sets for the whole week. Do only mixed sets for the week to get over this fear of talking with a guy and a girl. Literally set an alarm on your clock to go off at 1 o'clock in the morning and remind yourself about what you need to work on that night, and it'll be mixed sets or any other sticking point you have. So For a week, I would practice on mixed sets. That's guys and girls. I regularly go out and I talk to girls that have guys with them. And I engage them, I hug them both, and I try to I flirt with them. I'm like, you two are so good together, so cute. Can I go home with him? If you don't go home with him, can I go home with him? Is he available? This chest though, these abs, damn it, I'm getting turned on. Feel it, I'll take his hand and then he'll probably freak out, I'm like, no, just kidding. And then he's reacting to me, or I'm like, I got this from Owen. Owen goes, excuse me, handsome gentleman and lady, may I cut in? May I cut in, sir? Tries to make out with the dude. The guy's like, ah! And you're like, oh, just kidding, bro. And you go for the girl, and the girl's laughing at it, right? So you'd be surprised. You can actually, in a clever way, once you have that social intuition, you can approach guys with girls. But a lot of guys are afraid to do it because of our primal brains. So anxiety happens because your primal brain says all these horrible things are going to happen that aren't necessarily going to happen. You don't know. It projects into the future. That's what anxiety is, okay? Anxiety is you projecting into the future or thinking about your past. Let me hear you guys say it. Anxiety is you projecting into the future or thinking about your past. That's it. That's what anxiety is. Anxiety is you're thinking about, I could get punched in the face. I could be embarrassed. I could have something thrown on me. I may run out of things to say. The reason I can talk here forever and ever is I'm not thinking about what I'm going to say in 30 seconds. I'm just letting it flow. I'm getting out of my own way. I'm engaging my illogical brain. I'm not being logical. Because logical would be, all right, Madison, you're going to go in front of these guys, 200 guys, and you're going to talk for 3 hours. Shit, what are you going to say? I don't know. All right, 3 hours. The first 3 minutes I can plan something, and then after, oh, fuck. I gotta write this down. Imagine trying to write down a 3-hour speech. It's impossible. So what I do, I come up and I free associate. The better you get, the more you can free associate, and that allows you to look high status as well. So as a guy, you have this social pressure as well that's kind of pushing you down inside your head, saying, if I approach a girl, people are gonna look at me, right? You're projecting into the future. People are gonna look at me. People are gonna think that I'm not cool. I don't know what I'm going to say. I'm going to run out of things to say. And your projection of the future is what gives you anxiety, basically. So the key, number one key, I've already given it to you, but I'll rephrase it to you again, is lower your expectations. You don't expect it to go well. You walk up expecting nothing, but you welcome surprises. If it works, great. Oh, this would be awesome if it works, but maybe it won't. Let's do it for fun. Let's do it to fuck around. How many guys do it for fun, by the way? You guys, so half the room. I still do it for fun. Sometimes I want to, shit, here's work. Oh, hey, what's up? I gotta be like, oh, let me fuck around for a bit. Hello. Right, or do something stupid. Like the little Owen dance, I can't do it, right? Or maybe the Snuffleupagus or something. I come up with little fun things to do because it gives away this idea that it has to work. It gives away this idea that it gets you out of thinking that I have to feel good because I'm doing it. I want her to react well from an. You get this fucking gone. Get rid of that bullshit. All those expectations of the future that weigh you down. The other way you anxiety is you think about the past. That's the other way. Worrying about the past, thinking about the past. I feel embarrassed. What would my friends say about me that know me already if they saw me? Right? You're comparing yourself to the past. So you're either comparing yourself to something that happened and it's gone, or something that's never even happened, it's in your imagination. And you're like, oh, you're like living in 3 universes. And you try to go, and then you go up and try to say hello. Now the next thing newbies say is, what do? I always run out of things to say. If you're a newbie, and if you run out of things to say, do these three main things. Number one, write this down, okay? If you run out of things to say, number one is make statements. Don't ask questions. Make statements. What is a statement? A statement is when you share your opinion or your thought about something. Make statements. Most conversations die because you ask too many questions. You're like, hey, where are you from? What's your name? How old are you? Oh, that's cool. What do you do for fun? Where do you go to school? That could work if you do it awesome. If you're a fucking boss, you can do it. Hey, where are you from? What do you do in life and shit? By the way, how old are you? Like 12, 15, 25? All right. What are you studying in school? If you do it really well, that could work. If you're a boss when you do it. But if you're not there yet, it's okay. You're not there yet. Try to avoid asking questions. Try to make statements. So a statement is this. How old are you would be, you look like you're somewhere between 100 and 12. That's a statement. But it sounds like a question. What nationality are you? Look like you're Italian. I'm guessing you're Italian. I'm thinking Italian. By your hair, your curves. It's a statement. What do you do in life and shit? that would be something about you says naughty nurse, but I can't put my finger on it. Right? It's a statement. Just turn your questions into statements. It's a lot less needing. You're less desperate. You don't have to ask for value. You're giving a joke, you're giving an opinion, you're giving a story a little bit. The other thing you do is, again, also tell stories. So number 2 is tell stories. Any guy who tells a story he's offering value in some way. He's going up and he's not just standing there waiting for the world to happen to him, he's walking up and making it happen. You're at the cause of the environment, making something happen. Because you walk up and you stop making something happen. You walk up, you're engaging for a minute, and then you kind of just retreat into the background. I don't know what to say. I ran out of things. I'm in my head. Judge, guilt. And it's just this downward spiral, right? So you just tell a story. If you're doing a story that would tell like, hey, this crazy thing happened. I went to the donut place over here and I had a muffin and a donut. And I walked outside, this homeless guy asked me for change. And you know what? I didn't have any, so I gave him a chocolate chip cookie, chocolate chip muffin. And I walk away, and this motherfucker put it in the garbage. Can you believe that? I turn around, see him put it in the garbage. It's not that cool of a story, but it's like, at least I'm sharing an experience. I'm sharing some information about my life. I'm sharing something I just went through, okay? Have a story in the back of your mind, maybe 1 or 2. You don't have to use them, but if you ever get stuck, and you're like, it's been silent for 20 seconds now, and I don't know what's going, and she's looking around, and I'm looking around, story. Can I make it one? No, it's better it's a real story. A story even of your day, how you got here today. Oh, that was crazy, you know, I jumped over this homeless guy in the ditch. Then I felt bad. It was like the homeless Olympics. It was like a hurdle. We all face challenges in life. You know, I'm making some stupid thing up, but like, tell a real story that you experienced, either what the day or the week. It could be a real story that you just throw in the blanks. Just fill in the blanks. Because if you're brand new, you're so unused to having conversations with people. You don't know what a conversation really is in that way. To have with a girl, and just sharing good emotions. Sharing a story that makes you smile when you say it. A story that makes you feel good in your body when you share the story. And that way, it's a story that she appreciates. And you have fun telling it. If it's a story you're like, you know, on the way over here, I decided to catch the 42 bus, and it took a while to come. And I finally got on, there was no seats available, so I had to stand. And then I got here to this seminar. And you don't feel very good in your body when you tell a story. You want to tell a story that puts a smile on your face. That way you feel good, you enjoy doing it, and she can kind of get that feeling of goodness off of you as well. So number 2 is stories. Number 3, just to recap again, number 1 is what? Statements. Number 2, stories. Number 3 is cold read a little bit. Cold read or tease. These are very, very old school techniques, okay? So I'm like, this guy, awesome beard, looks very naturey, cargo shorts, probably get out, maybe hike a little bit every once in a while, or do some physical activity, am I right? Okay, am I actually right or am I wrong? I'm actually right, okay, so I guess I'm okay. Sometimes you're gonna be wrong. A cold read is where you look at somebody and make a general statement about them, not their appearance. Like, you have a beard, the fuck is that? Shave that shit, right? Your beard's awesome, by the way. Your beard's actually awesome. I can't grow a full beard. My beard gets longer than this. It looks like big mountain clumps, and there's space in between in valleys. It's very strange. Okay, very, very strange. It's not as bad as the max pubic hair beard that he had like 2 years ago, but it's very strange. It's very bad, my beard. Okay? His beard has grown in now. It's amazing. So anyways, the point is, I look at him, and I make some sort of general assumption about him or his life. Like, hey, you look like you blah, blah, blah. I'm getting the feeling that you ... You seem like the kind of person that ... Kind of like what a psychic does very badly. You know, like a psychic makes like general statements about you. Like, you know, I bet you're going through some really hard times in your life in the past, but somehow you look deep down inside and you figured out how to get through it. And you're really proud about yourself. And I can see it on your face. That's a general statement about everybody. Everybody's had that in their life. That's what a cold read is. You read somebody off of their expression. A cold read here can be like, you know, some of you guys in the back look a little tired and exhausted, and that's because there's so much great information coming at you. You just don't know how to take it in. It's just so much good stuff, and it's awesome. And you guys are really loving it, and you're psyched to even be here. And it's not even tiredness in your face. It's engagement. You're focused. You're zoned in. It's a cold read. You know what I mean? So cold reading is a very, very interesting skill because it allows you to engage with the person in front of you. You can practice it. You can have like 3 or 4 cold reads, and they apply to most people. Okay, cold reader. And make a generalization, and a question or an assumption, a generalization, not in an offensive way, but like in a way that you're interested about her. And the next thing I'd say for a guy, if you're a newbie, the next 4th verbal skill is to just actually tease a little bit. Tease every once in a while. Good old push-pull. The problem that most newbies have is that they are too nice. They're just too nice. Most guys, you guys are sweethearts. You guys are sweethearts. A couple dudes here, it's a cultural thing, a couple dudes here tried to kiss me on the cheek when they came in. Nice dudes. Sweethearts. So nice. But have been hurt, have been crushed, have been mistreated, have pain with women. Okay? So as a new guy, one of your major problems is you're just too nice. You're too nice to people that don't deserve it yet. You take too much shit from them. They dismiss you, and you try to be nice to them again. All right? A girl's like, fuck off, we're lesbians. Like, but I'm really nice. Right? Like, don't negotiate with emotional terrorists. Right? Trump! No, I'm kidding. I'm not American, I'm Canadian. I'm not American, I'm Canadian. I'm curious what other people think about Trump, though, and the rest of the world.
Nazi.
Wow, Nazi. Okay, that's interesting opinions. I'm open to all kinds of opinions. I listen to everything. I want to understand what all people think. So let me finish this point, and I'll get to it in a second. So with the cold reads, okay, sorry, not the cold reads, with the teasing, one little push sometimes would help. One little push, one little tease would balance it out. Because right now, you're so nice, okay? You're afraid to be an asshole. You're uncomfortable making a negative expression, a negative spike. A girl needs a full range, positive and negative, to go home with you, to like you, to date you. She needs to know you have a spine. She needs to know you have a spine. She needs to know you have a backbone. She needs to know you're not a leaf in the wind. That's my leaf in the wind impression, by the way. I'm a leaf. She needs to know you're not a leaf in the wind, okay? And one little push, one little tease can let her know that. She can know all this stuff through one little tease. So as a guy, work this into your conversation. Okay? How do you tease a girl? You basically just talk to her like she's one of your bros. Like if one of your bros came and he was wearing like a shirt that looked like a doily or like a curtain, you'd be like, hey, nice curtain shirt, bro. And then you would change the subject. You wouldn't stay on it, right? If you're one of your boys who's like, oh man, I don't want to go to that movie. I'm so tired from work. You're like, haha, sucks to be you, bro. And you change the subject. You don't have to call girls bro, by the way. But I just said, aha, it sucks to be you. Change the subject. One little tease, one little push. Okay, she's dancing. You're like, are you dancing? Is that what that is? You're adorable. You're cute. You're adorable. Or she's like, one I got from Owen is, what's one I got from Owen? It's the girl asks a silly question that you don't want to answer. She's like, so what's a silly question a girl would say? It could make sense. Could be for a good reason she asked that. She actually wants to know how old you are. What? What sort of car do you have? Okay, I'll just say that. What sort of car do you have? And Owen goes like this. I like that. It's like the question is so stupid, I'm not even going to answer it. It's just like, like that. So that is like, what I'm saying is one little push, one little tease that can help out. So those are the 4 verbal things that you can do.